Coming up on Mountain News at 6, Kentucky State Police investigate a deadly crash that happened last week in Laurel County. A young child is now dead as a result of it. Plus, officials with a Letcher County town receive grant money for water infrastructure, how that money will impact their future plans.
Highs today were in the mid to upper 70s. That trend continues tomorrow. Details in a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Kentucky State Police continue to investigate a deadly crash. A 3-year-old has died, the result of that violent crash that happened Friday morning in southern Kentucky. State Police say Christopher Russell was seriously hurt when his Tahoe collided with a dump truck. On Sunday, his 3-year-old son, Ezekiel, who was a passenger, died. Sarah Pruitt, who works near the crash scene, says Ezekiel Elliott will be remembered in high regard.
So far, his family has said that from organ donation, he is a 100% match on his kidneys, a 100% match on his liver.
London Funeral Home is handling arrangements for Ezekiel Russell. Those arrangements have not yet been announced. A Somerset couple is facing child abuse charges. Alexander and Tracy Pence, who you see there on your screen, were arrested and taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. Police said their investigation found the couple hit a 2-year-old in the face and head multiple times. Alexander and Tracy Pence were each charged with first-degree criminal abuse of a child 12 years old or less. A Harlan County man is behind bars and facing drug trafficking charges. Police arrested Carl Saylor on October 20th following multiple warrants for his arrest. He was charged with trafficking heroin, fentanyl, and multiple bench warrants. Saylor was taken to the Harlan County Detention Center. A road in Morgan County will be closed tomorrow. Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say Kentucky Highway 437 in the Elamton area will be closed at mile point 3.1. Crews will be replacing a drainage pipe. Work will begin at 8:30 a.m. and is expected to be completed by 2:30 p.m. Drivers can use Kentucky Highways 172 or 589 as alternate routes. A road in Knox County will be closed on Tuesday. Crews will be doing maintenance on a railroad on Kentucky Highway 11. The roadway will be closed at mile point 13 as a result from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. Drivers can use Kentucky 1304 and Highway 25 East as detours.
Temperatures today were in the mid to upper 70s. Humidity was low too, so if you're an allergy sufferer, and I'm up there with you guys, the air was very dry today. We made it into the mid to upper 70s across the area today, low 70s towards Clintwood, as well as Wise. And right now we're seeing mainly sunny skies, a few high thin cirrus clouds out there on the WYMT tower cam, and temperatures in the 60s in Wise as well as Grundy, otherwise 70s from Logan to Somerset, 74 in Monticello, 72 in Hazard. Prestonsburg just updated to 76 degrees. Live pinpoint Doppler radar showing a clean sweep across the area. This will get a break for the day on Wednesday as well as Thursday. It's when we get into Friday night going into Saturday that rain chances will start to pick up. But all in all, a quiet evening outside. As we take a look in time, by 1 o'clock, we'll see temperatures in the 50s. As we go to about the 6 o'clock time frame, we'll see temperatures in the low to mid 50s, some places in the upper 40s. And then as we go to about the 1, 2 o'clock time frame tomorrow, we'll see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s, some places in the low 80s. Now the question is, how long will this nice weather last? Details on the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
Eric, thanks. Officials in Fleming Neon in Letcher County are addressing old water lines by working to replace them. WYMT's RJ Johnson explains the importance of these new lines for the city.
Officials are continuing to replace the outdated water lines in Fleming Neon. The first of several phases has since been complete.
So it's a slow process, but it's going in the right direction.
Water District Supervisor Nathaniel Wilder says a grant of more than $5 million will fund the second phase of the project.
Some of it is paid, some of it we reimburse the state for. And it's just for the overall cost of the project. I think this round of money actually finishes up paying for the whole project.
He says completing the project will let them conserve water in the long run.
If you're not treating as much water, it'll also help with water quality, because you know there is times where there's buildup on the inside of the line, especially with water lines that are 40, 50-year-old now.
Which can help in situations such as winter of 2024 when they were dealing with a water shortage.
If we replace the new lines, you know, there'll be leaks that are fixed just by that we didn't know about. So it'll help us not having to produce as much, which keeps more of our water in our water source instead of us producing so much.
Wilder says once completed, it will benefit customers using the city's system.
With that, you know, on the customer side comes with more accurate water meters, because they're, you know, the newer state-of-the-art meters. That helps us a lot with our, you know, aging pump stations. Once that's replaced, that's a lot better for us. Again, a lot less cost.
In Fleming Neon, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Wilder says they hope all phases of the project are complete within the next 4 to 5 years, with them completing one phase each year. Nearly 24 state lawmakers co-sponsored a bill last legislative session that would have made water fluoridation programs optional. Districts could choose not to follow a state requirement that has been in place for decades. Lawmakers met again to discuss the issue today. Representative Mark Hart says he plans to file another bill in the 2025 legislative session that would make water fluoridation programs optional.
We had all good intentions when this mandate was put on there to help improve oral health, but are we going to cost the development of children? Are we going to create other medical problems?
While those in favor of House Bill 141 and similar measures point to research they say shows dangers that fluorinated water brings, some experts disagree and say fluoride should stay in Kentucky water because they say it is integral to dental health. Police are hoping tips from the public will lead to an arrest after a theft of a camper was caught on camera. It happened early Sunday morning in Louisa. Security video shows a dark-colored pickup truck hauling it away just before 12:44 a.m. John Thompson works in the mining business and sleeps in his camper when he has to work out of town. He and his wife woke up Sunday morning to find out their camper was gone. Now Thompson may have to buy another one.
I just bought actually a new truck to pull that camper. Now I'm going to be further and further in debt if I do have to go back out of town working. I've worked hard to pay for what I have, and you know, I really don't appreciate people just helping themselves to my property.
Police say they are looking at security video from other homes and businesses to try and determine which direction the thief was heading. They have not yet released an identity for the thief. The last day to request a mail-in absentee ballot is today, but there are still opportunities to vote early ahead of the November election in Kentucky. In-person excused absentee ballot voting will start tomorrow and be available until October 25th and from October 28th through October 30th. Early in-person voting will be available from October 31st to November 2nd. Election day itself is on November 5th. If you do have a mail-in absentee ballot, officials say that must be received by November 5th at 6 p.m. A well-known educator in Hazard has died. Walter Prater died yesterday at the age of 96. Prater was a United States Army veteran. He retired as the regional director of the Hazard Vocational School. He began teaching there in 1955 and retired there more than 30 years later. Visitation will be at Petrie Memorial Baptist Church starting at 5 p.m. on Thursday. Funeral services will take place at the church on Friday at 11 a.m. A well-known Perry County law enforcement member has also died. Gary Scott Sandlin, many knew him as Scotty, died Monday at the age of 59. He was with the Perry County Sheriff's Office and Hazard Police Department before becoming a Kentucky State Police trooper, where he earned the rank of sergeant before retiring. He later went back to work for the Sheriff's Department as a chief deputy and code enforcement officer. His visitation will be at Maggard's Mountain View Chapel on Thursday from 5 until 9 p.m. The funeral will be at the chapel on Friday at 2 p.m.
All right, weather headlines for tonight. Hello, sunshine, our old friend. We'll see a late week rain chance and then weather whiplash. Oh, yeah, it's in the forecast. Details in a few minutes.